we need conversation partners. And we need to be able to talk across difference. And you all and your generation, you do not have really good examples of that. Democracies don't work when people are yelling and screaming at each other. They don't work when people are not having conversation. They actually work when it's deliberative. And you all, your generation especially, my generation I would say as well, we gotta have a place where we learn how to do that. And the classroom has to be that place. This particular class that I teach through the King Institute is a class called Between Malcolm and Martin. And it's a class that we put students in conversation with Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X. And we chose these two individuals, one because of their social impact. They are two of the most iconic Americans. You can hardly go anywhere in American life and not see references or images to these individuals.
Well, I'm from Compton, I go to Westchester, like that's me. But like, do I know my history? Do I know where I belong? I feel like this course changed the way I view that, because now I see these people, Martin and Malcolm, were kind of like our George Washington and our Hamilton. I feel like I don't know who I am without knowing that these two worked so hard.
Well, one thing that kind of is like ringing in the back of my head is that speech we watched where Malcolm said, "Who taught you to hate the way you look, hate the way your hair is, hate the way you see yourself?" I'm in this body until I go, so there's no reason why I should hate the body that I was given.
This dual enrollment course that we're offering is made possible by a partnership between Stanford Digital Education and the National Education Equity Lab. The course is a hybrid course. The students are in their high school classrooms across the country, and they're led by their high school teacher, but the curriculum is provided by myself. And it's the same course that I teach students here at Stanford University. And the secret sauce to the course was this role we invented called Teaching Fellow.
I decided to become a teaching fellow for the Malcolm and Martin dual enrollment course because I was missing the student engagement that I got in high school. But I wasn't sure how I would get that same kind of engagement at Stanford. And so when I saw this opportunity, I was like, that sounds perfect.
The first reason I taught this class has a lot to do with who I am, and that is the fact I'm first generation college graduate. And so I took a class at a local college and was like, wow, yeah, I can do this. I can do this work.
The meat of our section was the passage discussion activity. So those passages were taken from primary sources, so like the writings of Malcolm X and MLK themselves. And then after that, we normally did an exit ticket. So the exit ticket was usually like a reflection of the class, if they had learned something new or thought in a way that they hadn't before.
This course has changed the way I think about college. I think that the course itself taught me that college isn't a place necessarily where you learn knowledge all the time. It's also a place where you shape the person you're about to be for almost the rest of your life.
It transformed them in terms of their own political outlook and how they understand the circumstances in which they find themselves. But more important, it transformed them. It transformed them in terms of what they thought was possible. Taking a college course at Stanford University, no less.
Honestly, part of me kind of tried to envision myself being at Stanford, and I was like, wow, I'm really taking a course at an exceptional school. At Stanford, I was like, oh my God, wait, I'm actually doing this, and I feel like it also helped motivate me to do better than I can and just prove myself.